أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. The students of 5 are welcome to our this book of social studies for class 5. Welcome you all students in class 5 social studies. I am your teacher Saeed Ahmad Lagari. As you know, boys, we have already completed 6 lesson. Today we are starting lesson number 5, agriculture in Pakistan. In this lesson we will learn. Now I am reading and you will follow. Although it is developing rapidly and become industrialized, Pakistan is still very much an agricultural country. Agriculture has been carried on in the fertile plains of the Indus for thousands of years. However, agricultural methods have been changing over the years. Today, many farmers still use basic tools on the land, but many new and modern machines are also used. Modern improvements, including the use of tractors, threshers, improved seeds, insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizers. Irrigation methods have also been improved. All the workers in Pakistan make up the workforce. Agriculture employed 66% of the total workforce in 1950 to 51. But by 1999 to 2000, this figure has dropped to 47.3%. This does not mean that the agricultural production has dropped. It means that in large farms, machines are doing the work instead of many people. It also means that people are working in many other jobs too. Over the years, the produce from farms and the area on which crops are grown have both increased. Crops, page number 31. Much of the land in Pakistan is not very fertile. Crops do not grow well. On such land, Punjab is the best area for crops because of its fertile soil and irrigation system. It makes up a quarter of total area of Pakistan, but has over 57% of the cultivated land in the country. Almost 70% of the cultivated land is used to grow food crops. In Pakistan, we grow kharif crops in the summer. Kharif crops are cotton, rice, maize, and millets. In the winter, we grow rabi crops, which includes wheat, gram, masoor, rapeseeds, and mustard. So this is the map showing the main crops in Pakistan, and these are the key points. So this green color square is for the wheat. So these are the wheat growing areas in Pakistan, especially in Punjab. This is map shows the Punjab and this shows the Sindh area. This is the Balochistan area and this is the Jammu and Kashmir. And this yellow color shows the maize. So these are the areas where the maize is cropped. And this triangle shows the sugarcane. So these areas in Punjab are the sugarcane growing areas, and these areas in Sindh are the sugar growing areas. But in a few Baltistan or KPK, these are the few areas of sugarcane, but mostly in Punjab and Sindh. sugarcane growing areas. Tobacco, uh, tobacco is mostly in these areas, and only these areas, tobacco is grown on only these areas of Gilgit-Baltistan and KPK. And these are the cotton growing areas, mostly are Punjab and Sindh, and pulses, mostly grown in the Punjab and little in KPK, and few in Sindh also. So this is the map showing the main crops in Pakistan. So in the next page, wheat. This is a staple food. Most of the farmed area in Pakistan is taken up by wheat, which grows well in places that have mild temperature and a small amount of rainfall. This crop is sown in October and November and harvested in April and May. The Western Highlands, the yields amount of produced per acre is called the yield. The yield is not very high, means Western Highlands, the yields is not very high. It means the Western Highlands amount of production per acre is not very high. In Indus Plains, produce much more because the land is flatter and richer soil. Pakistan produces about 22 million tons of wheat a year. Rice. Pakistan produces over 5.5 million tons of rice annually. Rice grows well in warm places that have plenty of moisture. The rice plantation are mostly in the lower Punjab and Sindh. The eri is the kind of rice. The eri, basmati, and desi varieties of rice are grown here. The best among these is the basmati, which is mostly exported to the Middle East. Other varieties are exported to the various Asian countries. Maize. Maize is another name for corn. It is kharif crop that grows in a warm places with moderate rainfall. The main maize growing region is in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Maize is mainly used for animal fodder and for producing corn oil. Pakistan produces over 3 million tons of maize every year. Millet. Millet is a hardy cereal which can grow even in a poor soils with very little water. Two important millets crops, jawar and bajra, are grown in Pakistan. Bajra is grown mainly in the Tharparkar district of Sindh. Jawar is growing in many parts of the Punjab and Sindh. Millet is used mainly as animal and bird seed. Bajra. Pulses. Pulses are good source of protein. Gram means chana in Urdu. Gram in Urdu it is called chana. Lentils, masoor, moong, and mesh. So lentils in Urdu they are called masoor, moong, and and mesh and marsh are some important pulses grown here. Pulses grow well in sandy soil that is well drained. Oil seeds, groundnuts, cotton seeds, rapeseed, and mustard are oil seeds. So these are oil seeds. So two are linseed, castor seed, and sesamum. These oil seeds are grown in many areas, but we do not produce enough for our needs. Edible oil has to be imported for processing as a cooking oil and ghee. Okay, now we are talking about the cash crops. So these are the cash crops. Number one is cotton. Cotton is our leading export. Cotton likes high temperatures and moderated rainfall. The main cotton growing areas are southeast Punjab and parts of Sindh. Pakistan produces 13 million bales of cotton a year. One bale weighs 170 kilogram. So Pakistan exports 13 million bales of cotton a year. Pakistan produces 13 million bales of a cotton a year. Sugarcane. This is the most important cash crop after cotton. Sugar and gur are the made from sugarcane. Sugarcane needs a high temperatures and plenty of water. Three major sugarcane growing regions are in the Punjab, Sindh, and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Pakistan produces over 45 million tons of a year. Tobacco. This is also an important cash crop. The best tobacco growing areas are in Mardan and Peshawar districts. Tobacco is also exported. Livestock. Livestock plays an important role in Pakistan's agriculture, although more and more farmers are now using tractors to plough the fields. Bullocks are still used for purpose. Did you know that there are over 5 million farms in Pakistan and only 4.7 million bullocks? It means that not every farm has a pair of bullocks. Traditionally, every farm was expected to have a pair of bullocks. Farm machinery is now used on large farms, but animals are still used on small farms. Pakistan is one of the world's largest milk producers. In 2005 and 6, the milk production was 31.3 million tons. Two-thirds of this comes from buffaloes and rest from the cows. Most of the meat we eat comes from the buffaloes, cows, and goats. Sheep and goats live on rugged land, nibble thin grass, and can survive in dry areas. They are found all over the country in the mountains, plains, plateaus, and even in the Thar and Cholistan deserts. Sheep are kept for their meat, wool, and skins. So this is the end of reading of our this chapter. So inshallah, in the next we will learn and solve the question and answer. So now I am giving you a little homework from the work page of exercise B. So four questions are given, and easily you can find if you read this lesson very well. So thank you very much, students. We will meet in the next lecture, inshallah. So wish you all the best.